Right guys, this is a long play review for Tintin on the Moon on the Amstrad GX4000 console. Released by Infogrames in 1990, and it's a conversion of their earlier tape disc release, released in 1989. There was the box, and here's the actual cartridge in all its glory, and let's start off the opening sequence on the game. Nice opening picture. This isn't present on the tape disc original. You can choose your language here, but I love the music. The music's really good. And we've got like an animated intro sequence here. Now Tintin and his pals are on their way to the moon. But for some weird reason, Colonel Boris, which is Tintin's nemesis, is out to sabotage the mission by setting bombs and setting fire to the rocket. Why he's doing that, I don't know, because it would probably kill him too. That's not explained. That's a really lovely intro though. Top marks so far for that. Great music, great intro graphics and some animation there, good top stuff. So yeah, we're just going to start off the game, and we start off in the rocket in space, and what we're doing is collecting red blobs and orange blobs. The red blobs give us fuel. Collect about 8 of them and we arrive at our destination point, and then we switch to the next level, which is a side-on view inside the rocket, fighting against Colonel Boris and trying to defuse the bombs and put out the fires. The orange things we pick up there give us energy, and energy is the counter in the bottom left corner there. And that's just collecting enough fuel. You can see there was 5 stages there, and here we are inside the rocket. We've got our chums there. I've just turned off gravity so I could float to the top of the screen there. We've got some chums to rescue. But what we're looking for first of all is a fire extinguisher to put out the fires. We've already defused one of the bombs at the start, that's why I floated to the top there. I turned off gravity, which is a nice touch. There's one of the fires, but we need to find a fire extinguisher. There's one. There's actually 2 of them on the screen. That's those red things that look like an axe for some weird reason. Turned off gravity there, float to the top, and there's Colonel Boris. We want to capture him, release all our chums that were tied up, and put out all the fires. Once those 4 conditions are met, Colonel Boris is tied up, all the fires are out, all the bombs defused, and all your friends are released. Then we move on to the next stage and we're back in space again. And you can see there in the far left, one of our friends is captured. His picture's in the top left corner there, and we've still got fires to put out. And Colonel Boris is on the loose again. And Captain Haddock, I think his name is, he's still captured. There we go, we just released Captain Haddock, put out all the fires, and that's it. We move on to stage 2, and it repeats up to stage 5. Not much variety in the game. There is a final level where you have to like land your rocket on the moon, but it's really easy. In fact, the game is ridiculously easy. Ridiculously easy. I completed this on my first go without even reading the instructions to work out what you're supposed to do on the side-on sections inside the rocket, or what I'm supposed to be doing here with the red and orange blobs, and obviously avoiding meteorites. That's pretty obvious. And I think everyone who's played this game will have probably completed it on their first go. Now it looks really nice, it's really well presented, and it's kind of cool, like the gravity there. That's such a cool little touch actually. and the idea of like running around your spaceship rocket, defusing bombs, putting fires out, fighting against your nemesis there, rescuing your friends. All this is happening sequentially to each other. So yeah, obviously Colonel Boris is running about, starting fires, capturing your friends. He might put out a fire, release a friend, and Colonel Boris is still setting fires. That's pretty good, but the rocket is really small. There's only a few screens really, and there's not much hazard there. All you've got is your energy in the bottom left corner there. It's at about 9,760 now. And that slowly goes down. But it's quite hard to lose a huge chunk of energy. You've got to be really crap. And there we go. On to the next stage. Now the programmers of this game, it has been wrongly credited in the past to David Perry of Probe, who's become a very famous programmer and director of like Shiny Entertainment and other companies. Obviously David Perry did a huge number of games in the Amstrad that were awesome, like Smash TV, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Savage, Trantor, etc. No, he didn't do this this game. He actually did the Spectrum conversion, which actually looks and plays a lot better. Sadly, just to rub salt into the wounds. The programmers of this game are actually, hopefully I'll pronounce this correctly, Daniel Chapi and Philippe Natali. Both of them. I've done a few games on the Amstrad. Not a huge number of them. I think all for Infogrames. The music there was by Charles Callet, it's spelled C-A-L-L-E-T. Again, did music for lots of French games to Infogrames, and I think pretty much all Infogrames. And graphics by Didier Chanfray. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. Again, loads of games at Infogrames, and I think they've all done a good job here, but they've just not expanded it enough, not put enough challenge in there. And I think it's a real insult to think that this was actually released on tape and disc a year earlier for a much cheaper price. Probably paid about 10 quid for it. You would have paid £25 a year later for this on cart, with absolutely no changes whatsoever, apart from a nice intro screen that we saw right at the very start of the video. That is it. And I honestly have no idea why Infogrames even bothered releasing this on the GX4000 cart. It's very nicely programmed. Perhaps what it should have been advertised as is as a game for kids. Children like the children like Tintin. I know my kids do. They read the books. They love the recent movie, and they've been going back and watching the old cartoons animated series on DVD. We got them. If this was advertised as a kids game for children, I'd see the point of it. Here's a kids game on the GX4000, but you know, if you're an adult buying this, you'd be pretty annoyed. And I did a video on my channel a few years ago for another game on the GX4000 called Wild Streets. I think I titled the video is this the easiest game of all time? Well, I totally forgot about Tintin on the Moon. Surely this must be one of the easiest games of all time, and arguably probably easier than Wild Streets. But as I said, it's kind of a shame because the graphics are great. There was some fabulous music, although we're missing music in game. But the sound effects are okay, and the presentation is great. And the ideas are good. It's just they've just fell short of the mark, really. they just needed to expand and elaborate, and it may have been a good game. Or perhaps next loop through, after you completed it, it gets harder, but it doesn't. Same again. So what a shame. Yes, anything else to mention? Well, I'm sure most of you have heard of Tintin. The Adventures of Tintin was a series of comics created by George Remy, who's from Belgium, who wrote under the name of Hergé. Is that how you pronounce it? H-E-R-G-E? And it first appeared in 1929 and has been translations to quite most languages, TV shows, and it was on radio. Has been filmed in the cinema, of course, and it's still relatively popular to this day. The movie I think Steven Spielberg produced only a few years ago did really well. So yeah, what a shame though. This is another wasted opportunity on the GX4000 console. I'm not sure why Infogrames didn't like do North and South perhaps on the car. That was one of the best games they did, and it doesn't need keyboard controls from what I remember. But no, they plumped for a tape disc release from a year or two earlier. Oh, this is the final level. We've got to land the rocket on the moon. Just press the fire button to like halt your descent and get it down gently, and there we go. That is it. Game completed. Well, give it a review score, guys. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. What a shame. And we just get a nice ending screen here. No difference to the one on the Amstrad CPC original a year earlier, but still a pretty nice picture anyway. Nice presentation. So utterly rubbish, really. 4 out of 10. But good for kids. So if you've got a young lad or young girl, you've got a GX4000 and you happen to own this game, this is the game for them to play, perhaps. But maybe the side-scrolling section inside the rocket might be a little confusing. Who knows? There you go. Name the high score table, and then I think the game just loops around, goes straight into the game again when we press the fire button. Not back to the title screen. Bit odd. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. More Amstrad GX4000 videos to come. Alright, cheers. Bye.